Welcome to the opening day at the Open 420 European Championships in Athens, Greece. Hosted in the old Olympic facilities from 2004, a fantastic opening ceremony and warm welcome was held at the Stavros Niarchos Foundation Cultural Centre, with many guests and officials supporting the athletes who would be racing in the Open, Ladies and Under-17 divisions. "358 athletes representing 22 different nations from around the world guaranteed a hugely competitive fleet for the 12-race series over 6 days, which was set to unfold on the waters of the Saronic Gulf.
Today is the first day of racing at the 420 Open European Championships. We're at this fantastic venue in Athens. We have 22 nations competing, including 3 from our Emerging Nations project, which is South Africa, Indonesia and India. The level of racing here will be very high. We have some very good competitors, and we hope that they will all have a fantastic week here as part of the 420 Championships. They've had some good racing out on the course today, and hopefully that will continue for the rest of the week.
The 420 class combines strategy, tactics, boat tuning, aerodynamic knowledge and teamwork. The boat suits a broad range of physiques and promotes gender equality. Just a few of the reasons why many sailors choose the 420 class to kickstart their sailing careers.
420 is a great boat because it's great for tactics, it teaches you so many other useful skills. It's really amazing to be in this regatta with this much intensity and to be able to get this kind of experience.
I chose the 420 class to sail because it's a really fast boat, and a lot of the big names in sailing have come out of 420s, like Pete Burling and Hannah Mills, who really inspired me to sail a 420.
Race days 1 and 2 were mainly light breezes for the opening 4 races, with the sea breeze filling in around 1400 hours. End of day 2 featured Spain's Balaguer and Massanet topping the Open leaderboard by 1 point over Italy's Ferraro and Orlando. In the Under-17 fleet, Italy's Sposato and Tentrone were sitting on a 5-point advantage over Spain's Wiesner and Aminero. A consistent performance from the USA's Canetti and Rodriguez Horan, counting all top 4 finishes, pushed them to a strong lead in the ladies' fleet, pushed hard by second-placed Orange and Orion from France.
Today was really tricky being on the Bravo course. The wind was at a different angle and the chop was hard to go through, so we focused a lot on the starts of the races, and it paid off, and we were glad to stay in the front of the fleet.
The 420 class is not only the world's most popular pathway or transition class, but also the choice for many Olympians. The majority of Optimist world champions choose the 420 boat as the next step in their sailing career, gaining skills which will put them ahead of whatever they sail. Among them we find 49er hero Peter Burling, Matt Belcher and Hannah Mills, both Olympic medalists in the 470, and Alexandra Maloney in the 49er FX. So among these sailors here in Athens, we are likely to be watching the sport's future Olympians.
420 class is a good transition.
I hope one day to be like Peter Burling.
420s is a really good transition class, and my favourite Olympic sailor is Hannah Mills.
Also competing are many nations who feature smaller teams and where the 420 class is growing in popularity, such as Malaysia, South Africa, Canada and Thailand. They are joined by teams from India and Indonesia on the 420 class Emerging Nations program.
The class is running a program for emerging nations, and I'm here to coach India and Indonesia. The target of this program is to expand the 420 class in those two nations and generally in other nations around the world. And we are trying to make the sailors more experienced, be part of the 420 class and enjoy sailing in the 420 boat.
All change in the weather for days 3, 4 and 5 as strong winds up to 25 knots rolled across the racetracks and then back to really light winds again. Sailors had the chance to test their skills in a variety of conditions, and whichever team stepped up to the podium were all-round performers. No big changes on the leaderboard, with Ferraro and Orlando in second place as the Greek pair of Athanasopoulos and Tassios took control by a 3-point advantage. In the women's fleet, Spain's Cabas sisters climbed to first place, with teammates Garrido and Yabres following just 1 point behind. Canetti and Rodriguez Horan couldn't maintain their form on day 5 and slid down the standings to 4th place, behind Orange and Orion. Sposato and Tentroni continued their rock-solid performance out in front in the under-17 division. An all-or-nothing final day featured 2 races and the ultimate challenge for a podium finish. The fight in the men's fleet was fierce. Greece's Athanasopoulos and Tassios scored a bullet in the penultimate race, seizing the lead from Italy's Ferraro and Orlando. Sailing a safe final race, they finished 6 places behind the Italians, but their scorecard was enough to secure gold. Silver to Italy and bronze to Israel Said and Omri.
In the first race we had a good look of the weather and we managed to finish first, but in the last race the wind shifted very much, but again we managed to see the shift and do enough to secure the first place.
In the women, the 2 leading boats, the Cabas sisters and rivals Garrido and Yabres, were separated by just 2 points. Neck-and-neck racing and a roller coaster of emotions around the racetrack saw the Caba duo finish both races ahead and claim the European Championship title. Silver for Garrido and Yabres and bronze for France's Dorange and Orion.
Races were very hard. We were very close. The other girls did it very well. In the last race, anyone could win, so we were very nervous. But the other girls sailed very well, but at the end, we could manage to sail a little bit better.
In the under-17 fleet, Sposato and Tentrone from Italy almost came unstuck with a 31st in race 11, before bouncing back with a 2nd place in the final race to secure the gold medal. Silver to Wiesner and Aminero from Spain, and bronze for Great Britain's Lewis and Wright. The ladies' under-17 winners were Spenaki and Papadopoulou from Greece, with silver to teammates Papa and Samatopoulou, and bronze to Spain's Lang and Provençal. The closing ceremony wrapped up with a huge crowd celebrating the team's achievements. Prizes were presented to the overall top 3 in the 420 Open, 420 ladies, 420 under-17 men and 420 under-17 ladies fleets, and championship gold, silver and bronze medals presented to the top 3 European teams in each fleet. Thank you for watching.